And this episode of Hat Trick Hockey is brought to you by our good friends over at Claru and Son Roofing. These guys are the kings of roofing, Tristan, like we say, the kings of roofing. These
Mhm.
guys last summer alone, over 25,000 bundles of shingles done. They're fully insured. They offer free estimates. The work they do is incredible, and they always get the job done right the first time. So be sure to hit up the boys over at Claru and Son Roofing because, like we always say, when you want your roof done, call Claru and Son, baby.
Mm-hmm.
No time. Woo, woo. And what is going on, everybody out there? All of you beauts and beauties. It's episode number 140 of Hat Trick Hockey, which is always brought to you by our good friends over at GL Heritage, the official beer of Hat Trick Hockey. If you like Tristan's shirt, my hat, the hoodies, just smash the link on the post. We'll bring you right into our merch store where you can collect all of your sweet HCH merch. And here, as always, inside Windsor Laser Cutting Studios with my buddy Tristan, inside Barker Builds. The conference finals are set. The Leafs are gone.
Yep.
Lots to talk about for us since we've been on the air last. But first and foremost, what's going on, brother?
Not too much. Just feeling good. I feel a bit more at rest. It seems the world has returned back to its natural order. Leafs are golfing, so it's pretty good. But
Tell us how
speaking
you
of
really feel.
yeah, well, speaking of golf, actually, I've been able to get out a couple times in the
Sick.
past couple weeks, and I actually shot really well my first day out. So I'm
What are you
happy.
doing on Friday?
It depends. I think I'm actually going golfing again.
Where? And what
Kingsville,
time? Oh, you're going
Kingsville,
Kingsville? Oh, okay, never mind.
Kingsville, probably like 5 with my buddies, something like that.
Oh, I was gonna say I got a tea time at 10:56 out at Orchard View.
Oh, I'm working, unfortunately. But
Come on, man.
sorry, I'm
We're
working in
gonna
the
have to play
morning.
some
But
golf
yeah,
together. Dude, we need to hit the links together, dude.
I know I'm happy. I've been doing well. My dad
How did you
gave me
shoot?
his old set.
Oh,
We just did 9, but I shot 44 on my first day out.
that's
So
pretty good.
I'm happy. I'm very happy. I did
Yeah.
really well. I think that's the
You figure you're shooting 88 on the day if you double it. So
exactly. But I usually don't double it. Back
I'm
nine's
the
where I
same
go
way.
like, what's happening? And then I get mad at myself. But
Yeah. And then I'll smoke 3 and fucking just hit the ball all over the course.
oh,
Like
but I'm happy. The first drive really defines my round. Like, I just walked up 285 dead center, and I was like,
beautiful.
I'm happy. I didn't like try to murder the ball. I just was good
Mhm.
for him, and I was like, all right,
Mhm.
we can go with this. And yeah, I shot really well. So
Maybe this year for the threes thing, we'll go like me, you, Drew, and your old man or something. We'll be like a
oh, my
foursome
dad
for the
loves
three.
golf. My dad way better
So I
golfer than
do.
me.
I've
But
really got into it. I just started really golfing like last year. Like before, every time I shot, I would shoot in the hundreds, dude,
yeah,
all the
well,
time, right? Always in the hundreds.
yeah,
Now I never shoot over 100. So now
good
I
for you.
keep it in the 90s. But so I'm hoping this year I've I broke 90 once last year. I shot
That way.
a 87 at Willow, I think. It's a smaller course though.
Yeah, Willow Creek. Yeah.
Yeah, but I shot 87 there. I was happy. I was just I don't know, I hit good shots that day, but now I had these old shitty irons or whatever. So I now just recently, like yesterday, recently, I upgraded my irons.
What'd you pick up?
I picked up the Mizuno P something, but
Ooh,
yeah, but
Mizzies. Okay.
new technology at least, like these
Yeah,
other
yeah,
clubs that I have are super
yeah.
old.
Those
So
those are nice. I've never personally used
what
Mizuno
kind do you
club.
have? What kind of
I got
clubs do
I
you
Wilson Pro Staff
Okay.
are all the ones I own, but that's my dad's old set. He just bought like a brand new complete Callaway set.
Yeah,
Beautiful, but
so he's got a six set.
yeah, yeah.
So
Callaway Big Berthas, but
what I've always said is when
hmm
I'm done playing baseball, and honestly, probably by the time I'm 40, so I got another couple seasons left in me.
yeah.
But so and then I said I want to go get fitted. So I want to go do like the whole club fitting and I want to do that and I want to get clubs that are the best for me, right? For how I play. My
Mhm.
thing is like I don't know, like I'm so new at golf. Like last year was the first year I really started to play.
Yeah, same.
So So I don't know how far I could hit these fucking clubs. Like that's my problem.
Oh,
And everybody, oh, hit it this way or put this on or this on. I'm like, listen, I swing hard all the time because that's just how I have to do it. I'm a baseball guy. When I swing hard, I'm more accurate with ball striking,
yeah,
right? So I have to do it like that. If I start trying to take some off it, I'm hitting them all over the course. It's terrible, dude. I'm
yeah.
cussing, wanting to do here comes the famous putter throw. Like I want to do those like Happy
Oh,
Gilmore and stuff. So
yeah. That's one thing I try and like, because at that point you're trying to you start beating yourself. Honestly,
yeah,
I really golf is a personal game, and like I really try to keep myself dialed in, and
yeah,
I think that actually helped me shoot.
yeah.
Like I was just focused because usually I'm whatever joking with my buddies, whatever, couple mulligans on the hole, and it's. But last week I actually gave it my effort, and I was like kind of proud of
Yeah.
myself. I finished out with like
Yeah.
3 pars, and I was like, I'll take that. So
Golf golf is a sport that will challenge you mentally,
tell me about it.
like
Holy
big
smokes!
time.
Then my second hole, I just yeah. I honestly probably would have shot a lot better if not for my second hole. But anyways, this isn't
No, this isn't a golf
hat
pod.
trick
This is a
golf. This
hockey
is hat
pod.
trick hockey.
Yeah.
So
So, anyways, whatever. The boys are shooting the shit about
yeah.
golf. It's all good.
Anyway,
It's summertime, anyways.
we've
But
got the
yeah.
conference finals matchup.
Yes. Well, before we get into that,
Oh, of course.
Leamington Flyers, Sutherland Cup champions.
Let's go, baby.
Yes.
Yes.
It was the game, what was it? Game 7 there was seemed to be a show, the show of the twins.
Oh
Those
man,
two
Connor
beauties are,
McPherson and Ryan
I'm pretty
McPherson.
sure they had all 4 goals, right? I
Yeah,
think
Hattie by Connor and one by Ryan.
Hattie game 7 finals, Sutherland Cup, not a big deal.
Yeah,
Like,
no, they're
disgusting.
a different breed, and congrats to all those boys. I know former Lakeshore Canadian Trevor LaRue was on that squad. Guys like
Yeah,
Gabriel Piccolo,
yeah.
team captain.
Dale Mitchell and staff. What an incredible job you guys have done there
Yep.
just to take that team from like just a couple years ago to where they weren't very good to the top of the mountain. So it's an unreal job that they've done. So congratulations, guys. Wow.
Oh yeah, they
It's
were a
crazy, man.
wagon.
What a run too.
Like their third liners were like point per game. Like they had
Oh,
a wagon of a squad. Like they got all these American kids too. Like Vander Mewsen, I think was
yeah,
the
they
one
have like
skating.
four first lines.
Pretty much. Yeah,
Like that's what
definitely.
I mean.
And
Beautiful.
oh, also Leamington Flyers just announced today they
Mhm,
are changing division of play level. So now they are moving from GOJHL, which is considered junior B level,
mhm.
up to junior A level, which is the OJHL.
So what do you know about this league, Tristan?
So what I do know is it is the equivalent of what um Cale Makar played in his draft year in Alberta. So
Oh.
there's different junior leagues across Canada, right?
Mhm.
So there's the BCHL. These are all junior A, by the way,
Yeah.
junior A Division 2. So one step below OHL, WHL, and QMJHL. So
Mhm,
it would be the BCHL, which is the British Columbia Hockey League, AJHL, Alberta Junior Hockey League. I don't believe Saskatchewan or Manitoba has one. I could be wrong. Maybe Manitoba does. But
mhm,
then there's Ontario, which is the OJHL, where the Leamington Flyers will now be playing. Then I believe Quebec has the NAHL, something like that.
mhm.
And then
I don't know.
cumulative, there's a CCHL, which I believe is OJ, like it covers Ontario and Quebec. I could
Mhm,
be wrong on that, but something along those lines. Anyway, it's high level hockey. So there's guys like getting drafted directly from this league into the NHL. So it's a development level for NHL and Division One college athletes. So guys like Connor McPherson, like I know I believe they're going to be pursuing junior A hockey next year before college. I could be wrong about that, but we'll
mhm.
see.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know. It'll be interesting just to see how they do just going into a new league and everything. Like most new teams when you go into a league or a expansion team, shall we say, right?
Hmm.
When they are going into a league, like usually they take some lumps. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh
Like
yeah,
when
well,
usually when you go into it, there's always that first year or two kind of where you're fumbling and getting beat up a little bit. I hope that's not the case, but
yeah, well, unfortunately, well, we'll see about Leamington, but they have some players who will be graduating because of age level. So
mhm,
guys like Brian Walkarius and uh, I'm trying to think of someone else. I think Cody Brecky, maybe. There's a couple guys who are aging out, and then there's a few guys who are going different skill level. So, um, who knows? Maybe Bo Porosky goes full time with Flint, right? Flint
yeah,
Firebirds of the OHL. Maybe you get like, well, obviously Connor and Ryan McPherson. No matter what, I'm pretty sure they're gone next year. To what and where, we'll see. But they're committed to University of New Hampshire.
yeah, that's fucking so
I believe
sick.
that's the Wildcats, which
So
is
sick.
Division 1 hockey, East. So
Those
crazy
guys are
stuff. Yeah,
nasty.
but they're gonna be
Mm.
obviously not quite the team they were this year. Although I don't know. Who knows?
But we
Maybe they
don't know what they have coming in either, too, right? So
exactly. And they also still, I believe, they're still going to be affiliated with the Windsor Spitfires. I don't know. I think that's more LaSalle though that retains the rights of a Spitz player. But anyhow, bigger and better things for the Leamington Flyers after winning a championship and showing dominance of the league for the past 2 years
yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
Last year, unfortunately, they kind of got upset earlier on there, I think, by Chatham, but
hmm
who ended up going on to win the whole thing. So,
yeah. So that's pretty cool, though, man.
oh, it's very cool.
So they win one, and then they're gonna go up and see how they fare in another. It's pretty much how
We'll
that's
see.
going down.
Yep, the OJHL, I wish them well. And I think with time, they'll find success, but
Oh, for sure.
also brings in a bigger market locally, right? We'll
Yeah,
see if they
true.
do anything to change branding or what, but because it's a big deal.
Well,
Junior B is already big, but
the league Facebook page had him in, and it was Leamington Flyers. So
right.
yeah. So I
No,
hope
I
they don't
not
rebrand. I hope they stay keep everything the same if that's what you mean.
not that they would keep
The
their
Flyers name.
right, like they would keep the Flyers name, but maybe revamp their uniform or something along those
Oh, that'd
lines.
be cool.
That's what I was thinking more. Just kind
I
of a
kind of
new
like their
look, new
unis
league.
though.
Oh yeah,
They're sick. I like
but
that red and white.
uh, do you want to talk about the conference finals, or do you want to talk about the Yotes and their arena? Talking about
Um,
relocation.
one more thing real quick. I want to give a shout out to Lakeshore. Just they were in the semifinals. I believe they lost in
Yep,
overtime. So,
yep. To the
but still,
eventual
they
winner. So
yeah, yes, exactly. Who is it?
Wellesley
Wellesley, yeah,
Applejacks.
Wellesley Applejacks. Yeah. So congrats goes out to them.
Mm-hmm.
It was a hell of a run. I watched a lot of the games.
Yeah,
They were a
Wellesley.
lot of them were tight games, man. Like tight, close checking games, but just Lakeshore just fell short there. Um,
Yeah, fun fact. Wellesley handed Clarington their only two losses of the playoffs.
mm,
First game of the round robin, a 7-5 loss. And then what was the score in the final game? Was it 2-1? No,
I
4-3.
yeah, I think it was a one goal game.
Anyway, it was
Either
it
way.
was a one goal game. Clarington lost in the final, but that's 2 years in a row. Clarington loses by one goal in the finals.
Hmm.
They're hungry. Look
Yeah,
out for them next year. I don't know how their team's gonna look, but they're a well built squad. Hopefully
mhm.
Essex is the one seeing them. But
Yeah, that'd be nice.
yep,
But yeah, so anyways, Lakeshore,
yeah. Shout out Lakeshore. Good for them.
yeah,
I'm
hell
happy they
yeah,
got
hell
that
of a
far.
run, fellas, hell of a
Yep.
run. All right, Arizona.
So yeah, we were talking about relocation.
Yeah.
So there was 3 city council votes on whether or not the Arizona Coyotes should remain in Tempe, Arizona, and whether the development of an arena should be a thing. And all 3 votes were no.
Like, just fucking move. Just move.
Well, now they're saying, I'm reading online, now they're saying, oh, well, they're going to remain there next year and they're still going to pursue stuff. Get out of Arizona
Yes, get
for
out
the
of
love of all things good.
yeah.
Nobody likes them in Arizona. Sorry, Arizona fans, but like, come on.
Well, the ones that are true hockey fans, anyways.
Right. Yeah. The ones that are true hockey fans don't cheer for the Arizona Coyotes, but anyways.
Still though, fuck. You got these guys. Okay, fucking Gary, let go, let go. Okay, these
I don't get
guys
it.
are playing in a fucking college arena right now. Okay, so you're playing in a college arena, 5,000 seats, and are they selling out in 5,000 seats?
Oh
They
yeah,
have
they are. They are because there's like half of them are like college student
yeah, that they
admission tickets.
charge
So
college rate for tickets.
yeah,
So it's a lesser rate for them to go to the game, which is fine, which
yeah.
is fine. But I'm saying it's not working out.
And
Okay.
Clayton Keller, like posted like a sad face after
Oh yeah.
Arizona got voted on
If
no, and then his dad like went off on a tangent, but then has since deleted his tweet.
uh,
His dad went off and was like, "My son's not going to be playing in Arizona next year. Just you wait. Like he's
yeah,
gonna
I
all
wouldn't either. Would
they're gonna
you?
request a trade because they don't know where they're gonna be." And it's like,
I don't fucking blame them.
I'll say that. Well, all right, go down the list. Let's see. I got like potential cities, but like where would you like to see them?
I keep fucking see. I don't. It's not where necessarily where I would like to see them, but I keep hearing Houston.
Right.
So I keep hearing
Houston.
Houston as a spot. I think they need to be back in Quebec City. Let's bring like not back. Well, put a team back in Quebec. Bring the Nordiques back. Let's get the Habs Nordiques rivalries going again. Let's get the Battle of Ontario. Let's get the
I
Battle of Alberta.
I don't think
Let's
that's gonna
go.
happen, but
Wishful thinking, but I'm saying though,
yeah,
how sick would that be?
it would be sick. Except it would mess up all the divisions, and then Gary would be like, well, not only that, but he hates Canada, so
Well, we have wild cards in fucking hockey now. So what's another? What's mixing something up?
it just yeah. But I think I don't know. There's a few propositions. There's Houston, obviously Quebec City, Atlanta once again, which has twice
Fuck off,
failed.
Atlanta. Get out of
Salt
here.
Lake City, Utah,
Possibly.
Oklahoma City, Sacramento, California. Which I don't know why you
Okay.
want four teams in California.
Oklahoma City had a like they had some sort of minor league team there years ago. So
hmm
and that didn't work out. So why would you put an NHL team there? You can't put a team where a spot where it's failed even like as a minor league team.
Yeah. Cleveland already has an arena. They've already had an NHL team though years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Not too many people remember them. Shout out the Cleveland Barons.
Oh
Uh,
shit! I didn't know. Fuck, did I know that? I
they've
don't
been
think
only they
so.
were only a team for like 4 years in the late '60s, early '70s, something
Oh
along those
wow,
lines. But yeah.
your hockey knowledge is way beyond mine, my friend.
Oh, Kansas City,
Mm,
the Scouts, right? They're another franchise that since moved on. I believe trivia. And do you know who the Kansas City Scouts became?
I do not. I feel like I'm about to be educated though.
I'll give you a hint. This franchise is now a baseball team.
What?
Colorado Rockies.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But they later became the Colorado Avalanche.
Hmm.
And then
Fun
the
fact.
final destination that I what's that?
I said fun fact.
Yeah, fun fact of the day. But the last thing that I am the last location that I personally believe would be best for them, since it would ignite a rivalry with the other recently added expansion team, Portland,
Ooh.
Oregon. And maybe you could pursue something uh along the same lines of mythical creature, right? You know, Seattle Kraken, uh,
Hmm.
maybe the Portland Sasquatch.
Oh. Sam Squanches.
Listen, man, Sasquatch sightings across the Pacific Northwest, that is the hotbed for it. Who knows, right? I think you could do something really cool with the branding along those lines. Just something to think about. But yeah, no, I really like Portland as a location.
If you truly had to just pick one, and you like, where's it going?
Like market and everything.
Yeah, if you had to choose one, or if where you think it would go, just
Where I
knowing.
think it would go,
Yeah,
I don't think there's enough teams for like in the central US, so I'm gonna say Salt Lake City.
you're going Salt Lake.
Yeah, I go with Salt Lake City, Utah.
I'll be honest
Rivalry
with
with the Colorado Avalanche.
I'll be honest with you. I think it's going to be Houston.
That was the easy pick. I just yeah, I don't
It's
know.
just to me, it's like as much as like I'm not saying that I don't want it there, but it's kind of I can see why. Like look how all the other
Yeah,
markets are doing there, right? Houston Astros win fucking World
yeah,
Series
and
after
then
World Series and the fans are always out. Climate's fairly decent.
yeah, and they could have a rivalry with the Dallas Stars down there. So,
Texas. Keep it on the ice, guys. Keep it on the ice, you know.
but yeah, you know what? I could see a world where Houston's the most likely option, but I really like Salt Lake City. I think that'd be good to see, honestly. Central US, it's kind of cool. Uh, bit of a dry state. Maybe they go with something Salt Lake City Serpents, something like that. Have like a rattlesnake. There's lots of stuff you could do with it.
Mhm. Yeah, it should be interesting. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we shall.
We shall see. Um, Before we get into conference finals, the Leafs here. Like, what is going on right now? Would you tear down the front office? Would you trade some of these guys? Would you like where do you even begin? They
It
need
begins
I'm
with the
not
head
saying I'm not
coach.
gonna
It
say
begins with the
rebuild.
head coach. I'm
So
saying buy
okay, Keith
Sheldon
gone.
Keefe.
Okay, but then who is there somebody out there who you think could possibly be a good replacement? To me, like I don't know, Keith for sure.
Tampa Bay has an assistant coach that was considered for the Detroit Red Wings role last year, alongside Derek Lalonde, who ended up getting the job. His name is Jeff Halpern.
Okay, I've heard that name.
I'm tired of seeing this carousel of NHL coaches.
Hmm.
Like, oh, it's the same guys over and over, like Travis Green, and like, no, just let all those guys who are coaching right now, or Gerard Gallant just got fired.
Hmm.
Maybe Leafs fans will be like, oh, let's get Gerard, get a new coach, right? Hockey is evolving.
Yeah.
It's the reality of it. You look at the teams that are able to win, they were guys, think about it. Colorado Avalanche. That guy wasn't already a head coach prior to winning the cup. He came
Mhm.
from the ECHL, AHL, then NHL.
And
John
he was a
Cooper.
winner at
John
every level
Cooper.
too.
Yeah, John Cooper
Same thing.
wasn't an NHL coach before. He's a lawyer. Uh, University coach, Division 1, then AHL, then NHL.
Hmm.
Back-to-back Stanley Cups. The only one I could think in recent history who was a prior coach is like Joel Quenneville and Daryl Sutter, but that's going a while back now, right? Like,
Hmm.
what's his name? Mike Sullivan. He's always been the Pens coach. Before that, he just came out of, he was AHL as well. So I really think the pedigree comes from, like you said, winning at every level and a fresh mind, a fresh face.
But to me, but you do that, but bring a guy in with a little bit of old school mentality because to
Oh,
me, that core four needs a kick in the ass. I'm
yeah, they do.
serious. They do. They
And I
do.
think it starts by getting rid of one of them,
They
at
were
least.
fucking silent.
Well, in the second round,
Silent.
yeah.
That's what I mean. The first round,
Yeah.
they were great. They lit it up.
Yeah.
If they do that all the way through, they'd probably almost win the Stanley Cup. But they just fucking died. Like it was just bam, done. Like nothing. Like that is, and that boggles my mind. That's 30, that's like 33 to 35 million dollars tied up in four guys, and they had two assists in the series. Like those guys cannot, though your high end players can't be just dying off like that. I like what they did going at the freaking trade thing or whatever. They addressed the bottom six. They did this, they did that. I still felt that they could have
Yeah.
done a little more work in net.
I think Kyle Dubas is a good general manager. And I
I
think,
I would give him one more year. Him.
oh, yeah, no, he's done fine. Obviously his signings can be questionable, but like I said before, you overpay for your stars. It's the reality of this league. You have to.
Mhm.
Because the reality is they're going to get paid more by someone else somewhere.
The
So
Johnny T contract's the one that's killing him.
got him out of the first round.
I know. I agree. But I'm just saying though, he's the one that's the contract to me that's the heaviest. Well, not like money wise, but I just mean like for his age and how much you're paying him, but he
Well,
does
like,
play a big role. But I understand that. But to me, if you had to trade one of those four, you can't get rid of JT because of his deal. And let's face it, no one's going to take it.
yeah,
So out of the other three, then and Nylander's, to me, he's at a bargain. He's under 7 million. He's like 6.95 or something like that. So to me, that's kind of a bargain for him. He was the best one to me.
he might be the most movable.
I was looking at Marner. You can get a haul for him. You can get NHL players for him. You can get a couple NHL ready guys. You can get draft picks for him. You can get a nice haul for him, 100-point guy. The thing is though, is he's soft. Like he went.
Yeah, but the problem is him and Matthews are such an iconic duo in the NHL. You can't separate them. That's the only thing. I think from Toronto's perspective, you have to look at it and weigh your options and say, listen, we got this guy. Yeah, he's making a lot of money, but the reality is he's a top 5 winger in the league every year.
100%, yeah.
Probably top 3 specifically on the right wing.
But I'm looking at just what you can get for him.
Yeah, but you could still get a good amount for William Nylander and keep Marner and Matthews intact.
Would you take Willie with the Red Wings?
No.
Why not?
If Eiserman picks him up, sure. If I
Sure.
was Eiserman, no.
So who would you go after?
Oh,
Okay, hold on. Since we're on the Leafs, we'll go to the Red Wings after, okay?
all
But I
right.
mean,
I
like, if
don't get me
you're
started on this, but
if you're Kyle Dubas and one of those four are going, who's going?
William Nylander,
Just that quick, gone. But he's the one that you pay the least and was technically the one of the best ones in the playoffs. So
most sellable,
how
most
so?
valuable.
Well, yeah, okay.
Number one, a team wanting
You can
Mitchell
kind
Marner.
of
Now,
essentially,
a team wanting Mitchell Marner is going to want to be a contender or at least a playoff team, right?
mm,
How many playoff ready teams, if they get Marner, have $10 million in cap space? Number two, that contract extends. What do you got? 4 or 5 years left on it? 4 years, I think.
on Marner,
Yeah. No.
look it up.
Really? That surprises me. So they only gave him what? A bridge
So
deal or
listen, of
something?
the core four, two of them are next year going into their last year, and two of them have 2 years.
Next year is Nylander's last year. Okay.
Next year is Marner and
Kev.
Tavares in 2 years, and I believe it could be Willie and Matthews at the same time.
Okay, yeah. So after this year, he still has 2 more. And Marner has a no move clause kicking in next year. It's another thing to look at it. So,
What if he's willing to waive it?
well, if he has 2 years left, keep
It's
that boy. Keep
yeah.
that boy.
Okay, so here's the thing. So then what do you do if you don't
I send Nylander to the Colorado Avalanche,
but what
and
do
I
you
get back a
do
couple good pieces. They have been trade partners before, i.e., the Nazem Kadri trade.
but what do
You
you
say,
do?
hey, here's William. Sorry, what are you going to say?
I said, what do you do if you don't have Matthews inked to a extension by the end of the summer? Are you starting to
Matthews, then that changes the situation. I'm saying in a vacuum right now. Matthews just said publicly that he wants to stay there.
yes.
Obviously, players can say one thing and do another, but I think he's going to stay there. It's going to be a lot of money, but he's going to stay there. You got to clear that money. Who's the most sellable? William Nylander. You go to Colorado, you knock on their door, you say, hey, here's William Nylander. We want, boom, Alex Newhook. Guy who can play center, wing, potential second line player, good skater, great playmaker, great vision. Can play center or wing. Boom. Top line, who knows? Maybe he sticks up there. Then you go, okay, I want maybe a guy who's kind of younger, top pick, but he was later in the first round. Okay. Goal scoring guy from Sweden, Oscar Olausson. And
Mhm.
then maybe it's a throw in. Maybe you say, here, uh, we also will give you to get Nylander like that one little thing over the hump. We'll say, here's an injury riddled goalie, but he's generally pretty good and he comes at a good cap hit. Pavel Francouz.
Okay. Yeah.
That's also a bit of your goaltending. And I think this year they're going to find a way. This is assuming Dubas finds a way to get rid of the Matt Murray deal, which I think he will, but he's a creative guy. But yeah, I think that's the trade that starts there. Now, you mentioned the Red Wings in the situation they're looking at now. I don't know if I said this last episode, but with Winnipeg losing and what their head coach said, Rick Bowness was like completely honest, and he's like these players did like, come on, like the leaders of this team were not leaders, like the players were not players, they were just disappearing. We had no pushback. We played
Yeah.
like a bunch of wusses out there, and we didn't do anything. That was literally what he said. Well, I go there if I'm Steve Eisenman, and I happily knock on that door and I say, hey, you got two players that I would like. Tell me which one I can get and what it's going to cost me. Number one, you have Farmington Hills native Kyle Connor.
That would be beautiful.
What's the Wings' number one issue?
If I had to choose right now, scoring.
Yes, goal scoring.
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah,
Mhm.
not even close. Goal scoring. Well, okay, how about a 40 to 50 goal scorer who's on the edge of being a superstar?
Yeah.
Like, Kyle Connor is the guy. Obviously, that's going to cost you a haul. But guess what? Wings have
700 draft
seven.
picks too.
They have seven picks, or sorry, more than that. 9 picks in the next top two rounds of the next 2 years. Like, hello, you say it's going to cost a lot, and they're going to want a player back too. So let's say, okay, Eisenman says, here's the ninth overall pick. Boston's pick from next year, which is conditional. Philip Zadina, young guy, maybe a tad bit. He's just a throw-in at this point. He's running out of potential. And Dominic Kubalik, who's on a really amazing cap hit.
He's a big dude too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's ripped. He's 6'2", 205 pounds, really good shape, fast skater, good goals, crazy one-timer. He's putting
Mhm.
on a great show at the World Championships going on right now.
Yeah.
And he comes at like a $2.5 million cap hit for a guy who just had like a 50-point year, second line minutes. Like, if the Jets want to retool, perfect guy to do it. It's probably going to cost more. You have to overpay. So you're going to be thrown in, they're going to want a prospect, maybe an Albert Johansson, a defenseman. Maybe you get a third round pick in there. It's going to cost a lot.
Mhm.
That's now for Kyle Connor. Now, maybe if you want to say, hey, we'll give you a first round pick and a prospect, well, lower it down for maybe guys a bit younger, but has some potential. More of a hybrid player, kind of a Nylander, but in my opinion, a better shooter. He just is on a different team situation, right? Nikolai Ehlers,
Yeah.
the Dane. Very good. What's the term? The Danish, uh,
Bro, you're asking me.
oh,
Like,
I'm trying to think of,
I'm the worst guy to ask for that stuff.
not deity. Anyway, I'm trying to think of a word, but, he's really good. Like,
Mhm.
he gets to that top of the circle and he's got a wrist shot. It's bar down every time. Uh, ultimately, the Detroit Red Wings need a goal scorer this offseason. Fans know that. Steve Yzerman obviously knows that. You could also look at guys like Alex DeBrincat, who might not return on a deal. Um, Timo Meyer, who might get traded out of New Jersey in light of him having a poor playoff performance. And Jesper Bratt is an RFA they have left to sign. Who else? There was someone else Clayton Keller, if he wants out of Arizona. That one
Fucking
I think
right.
is a little less later, but
Mhm.
Sorry, what are you gonna say?
I no, I just want somebody that's younger. That's a
Right.
we need a elite player.
Yeah. And the reality is you do have to overpay for those. If it's gonna be a trade, I
Yeah, but
don't
the thing is, though, is if we have to a little bit, we can.
oh yeah. Yeah. Don't think
So
Eiserman plays 40 chess.
yeah,
Why do
yeah,
you
I
think a
know
team
it's
that's
crazy.
coming out of its rebuild has 9 picks in the next top 2 rounds of the next 2 drafts? Why do you
Hmm.
think that is? He's not keeping all those picks. He
No,
could because he's got that dog in him,
he's
but
gonna
he's not
sell
gonna.
them
He's
off
gonna be
to
like,
fucking upgrade the roster to speed
yeah,
up the rebuild.
he you value what GM in their right mind values picks over players?
Yeah,
No one. You
I
don't
would,
know what
I
that
would
player is going to
almost,
be.
I would almost look at getting a top goaltender or something into like a big name goalie.
Uh, like, are you saying like Connor Hellebuck?
Possibly.
I don't think that's worth it. He's only got 1 year left on his deal. After that, you're going to be looking at having Sebastian Kosa. Hellebuck's going to be looking for a big deal there for the rest of his career, likely. And Kosa's going to be wanting a big paycheck once he gets to the NHL. I don't think that timeline works out. I think what they did with Husso was smart. I think they need to get a good backup that once Husso's contract's there, if maybe
Like an
a
old
guy
vet
I
or
might look
something.
at, is a guy who was good in New Jersey before this year. All right, he's the odd man out right now. He's sitting on the outside looking, and he's on a bit of a rough cap hit. But guess what? The Wings can take a rough cap hit. They don't have to worry about cap for a while.
Mm,
This guy, so he's currently stuck on the roster behind Vitek Vanacek and Akira Schmid, and that guy is Mackenzie Blackwood.
mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
he's got what 3 years left at 4.5, something like that. That's a guy I'd look to bring in. Who was our back? I completely forgot of the Red Wings. Oh yeah, Red Wings didn't even have a backup this year. They
No.
just ran Billy Huso to the ground and then had like 3 other guys. Like they had
Yeah, it
Magnus
was like the
Hellberg.
carousel of goalies.
Yeah, they had Magnus Hellberg and Alex Nedeljkovic who came up and down from the AHL. Poor guy. His experiment didn't work out here. I feel like we wrecked his career. That one I feel guilty about because
Mm-hmm.
he looked great in Carolina. Carolina had it right though. He just went
No.
fell down the toilet. But
Yeah, no,
anyway,
we'll see. We'll see what happens.
and they also need a right-handed defenseman. I think that one's more of a free agency thing, but who knows? Uh, if you want a right-hand D who's got potential, I also look at Arizona. I look at a guy who was a top pick from a few years ago, Victor Soderstrom. But that's just my 2 cents on that.
This
Uh,
summer should be interesting.
it shall be. And also William Nylander, I guess, is an option. You know, he's
Mhm.
Swedish. He can score. His
Yeah.
attitude, I don't know. He kind of looks funny too. Not that that matters, but
No, I know.
you ever see
Yeah.
how he wears his helmet? His helmet like goes up on the back of his head. It's so weird because he got all his hair. But
Oh, yeah. We'll see,
anyway,
man. We'll
are we going
see.
to talk about that the conference finals finally
Yes.
now?
Let's
We're supposed
go.
to open the
Conference
episode with
finals.
that.
Where do you want to start? East or West?
We'll go west first.
So we're going Las Vegas,
Yep.
Dallas.
Hey, I've seen this one already.
What?
A couple years
Uh,
ago. You don't remember?
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
These
Dallas in 5.
to me, these two teams
Yep.
are so evenly matched right now. But listen,
Yeah.
we're both pro Dallas right now. Okay, we
Listen,
know
I
this.
picked Dallas to win the Stanley Cup, so I'm
Yeah,
sitting
you
real
did.
happy right
Yeah,
now.
you should, as you should.
Mm,
But to me, they look like pretty even.
mm,
I give slight, well, the way he's playing right now, I'll give the slight edge in net to the Dallas Stars with
yeah,
obviously with Ottinger, right?
obviously.
He's been amazing.
Yeah.
But that fucking kid down playing for Vegas down at the other end there. What's his name?
Aiden Hill.
Yes, he has been good. You have to
Eh,
give him that.
eh.
Listen to you. You're fucking all right, Tristan. Something
Vegas
about
has like 5 mediocre goaltenders, and they're just like making them look
yeah,
good. And
but
it's
they're
like,
getting it done though, dude. You can't
yeah,
knock them for that. They're in the
I will
conference
die on
finals.
this hill that like Vegas is such a worse team in this
I'll tell
situation.
you though, Eichel looks like he's on a mission.
Yeah, you know who else
Eichel
does?
looks great.
Rupe Hintz, who's
Yeah,
second in
true.
playoff scoring right now behind Connor McDavid. And guess what? Connor McDavid,
Yeah.
He's washing his irons tonight, getting ready to
Yeah,
go out on the course tomorrow.
I can't believe that shit. But yeah, but
You had Edmonton, right?
I did, yeah. So,
I had them over Vegas too, to be fair.
mhm.
But
But this series here with Dallas, though, man, I think it's going 7 games.
I think it's going. Dallas has won 2 series, and oh no, Dallas choked last series, and they had to win in 7. That's
And I'm
right.
pretty sure Dallas was 3-0 against them during the regular season, where Vegas was 0-2-1. There was
Dallas owns
yeah,
Vegas
but
for the past
just
couple
so you know,
years.
2 of those 3 wins versus them during the regular season were in shootouts.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
that's
So
yeah, and that's why you
that's what
say
I
Game
mean. So the
7, right?
teams the teams are pretty even. I am going Dallas, so
I am gonna say Dallas. Yeah, I'll say Dallas in 6. That's
yeah.
generally how
Also,
they.
you fucking you act like you say like you're so like you didn't know you were gonna pick that. Come on, man. How long ago did you say the Stars for the Cup?
I've been saying the Stars for the Cup since 2018,
No, but
but
I mean like you've been how long? Like when did you call it when like on this show?
right when I did my bracket challenge.
Okay, yeah.
So first, like the 2 nights before the playoffs.
Yeah, and I thought too, this guy's fucking whatever he's smoking, I want some. That's what I was thinking. But then now look
Actually,
at you.
that
I
surprises
yeah,
me.
no, I'm like I don't doubt your picks and stuff because I know like you like stats like are locked
Oh,
in your brain.
I
Like
had the
that's
most
just what
sour
you
pick of
do.
the year. It aged like
But
milk. Right at the start of the year, I'm like, yeah, Vancouver's a hot take for
well,
the
yeah.
Cup.
But they should have been better though, in all honesty.
Oh yeah, I hate Vancouver now. They made me look like an
But
idiot.
Dallas, oh yeah, man. So we'll see.
Go Stars.
Yeah.
I got my jersey hanging there. Dude, they're just such a fun team to watch, everybody. Like,
And
and I
Johnston's
hope everyone
been
knows, like, I am not a bandwagoner. Yeah, Detroit's my number one team, obviously. But a few years back, when Dallas missed the playoffs, this is like a while back now. This is 2017, I think. The year they
mhm.
missed the playoffs, I was actually cheering for them to make it, and they ended up missing it. But that's when I like kind of fell in love with the team and was watching like Tyler Seguin, and at the time, a guy who was a former Windsor Spitfire was on the team, Jason Spezza.
Mhm.
So, and guess what? They still got that Spitfire connection,
Yeah, Wyatt Johnston.
and their head coach Peter DeBoer.
Yeah. Yes, he was a former Spitfire as well.
Yes, sir.
Wyatt got a beauty goal the other night too.
Oh
That
my
was
gosh,
beautiful, right
it
off
was
the side of the
nasty.
goalie's head and in. I think he
Yeah, it
shot
was a
on
good play
backhand
too.
too, wasn't it?
Yeah, good play too by Evgeny Dodonov. Looks up the ice, throws it like it was an icing, but he had Johnston in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
So Johnston, it would have been an icing, but he was all alone. Beat the to the loose puck. Grubauer can't come go because it was in the trapezoid, and Johnston just walks right in from the goal line and goes, whew, shovels a backhand off Grubauer's head in the net. Two
Yeah, it
nothing
like
Stars,
ticked
and it
off his head.
wound up being the game winning goal. And guess
Yeah,
what? That is 2 series clinching goals for the rookie Wyatt
yeah.
Johnston.
That kid is gonna be unreal. I give him fuck next year he could score 30, 40 like he got 24 this past year in his rookie campaign. But I think he's gonna be if he keeps
That's
up
a
at
third
this
line
rate,
minutes.
that's
That's
what
a
I
third
mean.
line minutes.
He's only gonna play more. He's only gonna get bigger. He's gonna get stronger. He's gonna be like
Yeah, he's not a
everything's
big
just gonna
guy either.
develop. No,
He's like 5'10", 165. Like he's not a big dude at all, but he's
just
good.
everything's gonna click
Yeah.
like even more than it is right now, and he's gonna go from here to here. Like he's gonna
Yeah.
go way up. So, and I
Oh,
can't wait to see it.
he is so good. And then out in the East, we've got the spoilers, the second wild card team, Florida Panthers. They're here and they're
Mhm.
facing out the Carolina Hurricanes. And I'm ready for Florida to have their butt handed to them.
I think this is where it's gonna happen
Oh yeah, that Florida's gonna get absolutely thumped.
because they're
I think
getting
they
players
should anyway.
back and they're already humming right now. Carolina,
Yeah, it's. I saw something. Someone said something about.
Teravainen's coming back.
Yeah, okay, but Svechnikov, yeah, he's done permanent because of
Yeah,
his
but no,
Achilles.
but this guy's coming back at 100%. Like
Yeah,
he's not coming back a little bit early. He's coming back. 100% ready to play. That's a fucking big player to be having in at 100%. And he hasn't been with them the whole. Has he played in the playoffs yet?
He played like 3 games and then got hurt, I think.
Yeah. So he's been out for essentially the whole playoffs.
Yeah.
Now he's coming back. So look, I'll be a nice guy. I think it's going to be Carolina in 5 games. I'll give Florida one.
Okay, I'll actually say Canes in 6
Oh,
because
you're
I've
so.
kind of well, because I've doubted the Panthers a couple times in this playoffs,
I
and I'm like,
know.
I'll
I
just say
know.
Canes in 6.
The only thing is, though, like I said, with getting him back and
But
just the way
beware,
they've been,
beware, Officer Bobrovsky in the
I
other net.
know he's been so good.
He's
Kachuk
carried them. He's carried them.
has been amazing too. Essentially, all these guys that we're talking about right now are can
Did
be
you see?
anyone. Any one of them can be up for the Conn Smythe.
Yeah. Did you see that game-winning goal against when Florida scored on Toronto to win the series and Radko Gudas
Oh, was
screamed in
screaming
the
in his face, and
he s-
everybody's, "Oh my god, it's so such poor sportsmanship." Me, me,
he
me.
screamed in Justin Bull's face, the rookie. He's like,
Yeah.
ah!
Welcome to the NHL. Like, I hate everybody that says like, "Oh yeah, that's what it is." Oh, it's
Oh,
poor
and
sportsmanship.
I love, no offense, Leafs fans, but like I love seeing you guys get all mad, and I'm so happy you guys see you finally get to feel the injustice of the league on your team because you never do, and now you do, and it's the fact that they scored a goal. That was a good goal, but they lose that game.
That play by Gudis to grab that stick for a second there.
Oh, well, that happens all the
Essentially,
time though.
yeah, no, I know, but I mean, like now that it was really highlighted because it was scored on like it happened on a series clincher, right?
Yeah,
So, but he held it for like a second or two and just let it go, but it was just enough to where he couldn't get his stick in the lane because let's face it, he might have swatted the stick and hit the puck away or something
yeah.
like that, right? And then are we even having this conversation? So I don't know, man. But either way, what a little play, babe. That's smart. It's a veteran move. No one noticed it in real time.
No, it was, and I'll say this: it was a nice goal
Well,
by
yeah,
a
it was a nice
fourth
goal.
liner.
Yeah.
Nick
So,
Cousins just pulls off a nice toe drag, waits out the defender, and shoots it.
hmm yeah,
Uh,
crazy, man.
yeah. So I think, and then in the Cup final, I don't know.
So
Dallas
we're so
versus
we're
Carolina. What a
so
good
we're
matchup.
both saying Dallas, Carolina playing for the cup, right? And then we'll talk about that, or we'll talk about the cup finals whenever that
If
happens.
it's Vegas and Florida, I am not watching. This will be the first time I do not watch the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah, you will. You gotta.
Maybe Florida because they have Aaron Ekblad who's from Bell River, but
Mhm.
I can't stand Vegas. They're down there as a team. Like I don't like them.
That's funny, man.
My least favorite team is Nashville. Just for some reason, I hate Nashville. Always have since I was a kid. Looks like a cat peed on their jersey. It's terrible.
It looks like a cat peed on their jersey.
It's like a off gold yellow. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
those ones are kind of weird. Do you is there anything else in the hockey world
Uh,
that we should be talking about? I'm trying to think of all the stories and stuff that I've seen over the past week,
I
but I
mean,
think we
Connor
pretty
McDavid
well
and Draisaitl both finished with well over a point per game. Poor guys. Once again, we'll see
something's got
what
to
they
give
do.
there. Something's got to give. That's the thing. Like, what do you do there too, right? It's
Yeah,
crazy. I don't know.
I don't know. The top goalie right now is who's left is Aiden Hill. So we'll see. Aiden Hill, what's his record in these playoffs? Has he even play? Okay, he's only played 4 games.
Mhm. Welcome to the playoffs where anything can happen.
Yeah, I
The
know
only
they've played.
thing,
They've played 4 goalies this
the
playoffs.
the only part that makes me think about Florida is think about what the Los Angeles Kings did the last time that they won the
Dude, I
Stanley
was just
Cup,
gonna say
right?
that.
Because they
Yeah.
squeaked in
Hmm.
and then knocked off the 1, 2, and 3 seeds. And what has Florida done?
Done the same so far.
They've knocked off Toronto was 3.
No,
And
Toronto was 2.
okay, so
Wasn't.
Toronto was 2. Who was so they beat Boston, which was
Yeah.
1. I thought Toronto was 3, and then
No, they
these
played
guys are
Tampa
2.
was they had home ice versus Tampa. Because didn't they get absolutely cranked night one in Toronto?
No, I'm just trying to think for. Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, you're right. But either way, if they go to the Cup Finals, they've knocked off 1, 2, and 3,
Yeah. Yeah, they
and
were
they
number two.
and then they went in as the last seed.
Well, it would be 1, 2, and 1 because now they're facing the first seed from the Metro.
Yeah, Jesus, that's fucked up. That's
I know.
insane, man.
And
Insane
they
stat.
barely squeaked in. It was like them, Detroit, and Buffalo
That's what I mean. That just
looking for the
proves
playoffs. Like,
that all you have to do is get in, and anything can happen.
can we have a moment of silence for the Calgary Flames, who had one more point than Florida but missed the playoffs?
Good sign for the Calgary Flames is they are getting a new rink.
Woohoo!
So, well, they
New
need
rink or
it.
playoffs?
Yeah.
You take the pick.
Take
Oh,
them
baby,
both.
I want that new rink. Stanley Cup chance, but man, that new rink.
Take them both. They need a new rink though, man. I heard that Saddle Dome's a shithole. I've heard it's
Yeah,
kind of dirty.
the roof is literally caving in on the
Yeah,
place.
that's what
Not
I
not
mean.
because it's a saddle, because it's
Yeah.
it's not good.
No, but I mean they need a new rink. And also
Oh yeah.
too, Ottawa, did we talk about the Ryan Reynolds group is now out
Yeah,
of
Remington
that
Group.
race or whatever. So now it's between Snoop and the Weekend.
If Snoop Dogg wins it, that's gonna be cool. Actually,
I think
he's pretty.
he's amazing for hockey. He's good for
He's.
hockey, man.
I know. It's so random though.
Think about
Like
what
it
he
seems like a bunch of BS. He's like, man, I like the Ottawa Senators. I
I
think
know,
they're pretty good. And you're like,
but think
what?
about what he did for football.
Yeah, but he was an LA guy. Like his whole
Yeah, but
life.
everywhere Snoop goes, shit just catches shit just bam. Snoop is everybody thinks like, yeah, whatever, he's a rapper, he smokes a ton of weed, this and that, whatever,
Despite how fried his brain is, he's a
but
pretty smart guy.
he's a businessman.
Oh
So,
yeah,
you know
he's.
what I mean? So, I don't care what anybody says. I think he would be a great owner. So,
Oh, I agree. I think he'd be a good owner. Obviously, he wouldn't be the full owner,
and
but
if when I was saying to Drew, I was like, and if it's the Weekend who ends up with it, his head bodyguard is the brother of Sean McMorrow.
oh really?
Sean McMorrow's
Oh,
brother is
okay.
the Weekend's head bodyguard.
Sorry, I don't follow popular culture that much. Is that the guy who sang "Blinded by the Lights" or whatever?
Yes, I want to say I don't really listen
Okay.
to that type of music. Well, but I believe you're right. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So either way, he's one of the biggest stars in the world when it comes to music. So
Listen, man, my brain when it comes to music is stuck in 1985, so I don't really I don't listen to much stuff.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. Do you have anything else? I'm tapped.
You don't want to sing anymore?
No, I'm good. Trust me. These guys don't want to fucking hear me sing today, buddy. It's not.
You really leaned into that one note. I thought you were just gonna
Nah,
go with it.
that's all you're gonna get out of me is one note.
All right, everybody.
But
We'll give you the next
until
two
yeah,
keys next week. But
yes. So until next week, Aunt Tristan, we're signing off. Enjoy the playoffs, guys.
yep.
We're out of here.
Go Stars.
I've lost my fight with time. My number's up and up the line. I gaze at the darkness, so empty, just looking for the light. Shout for help, but no one's there. Need a guiding hand, someone who cares. All alone in the darkness, I've realized for the first time I am scared. If I could do it all again, if I had one more chance, my friend, I would rewrite all my wrongs. I would find where I belong. I got love.